quote, Chicago is a place where quarterbacks go to die. Stephen A. here now with this quick take. Look, there was a lot more context to this whole situation, but nonetheless, do you think this is more an indictment on the Chicago Bears and the way the franchise has been run, or Caleb Williams really not wanting to go to a place maybe he didn't know anything about?
It is absolutely an indictment against the Chicago Bears organization from the past. And now led by Kevin Warren, I have nothing but faith in them moving forward. I'm very, very confident that things are going to progress. I think they hired the right coach. And I think that right now, when you look at it, listen, Caleb Williams said this before he became a Chicago Bear.
Correct.
He didn't say this after. He's entitled to his feelings. His father's entitled to his feelings. I'm looking at this number right here in terms of the Chicago Bears, okay? When you think about the Chicago Bears, the Bears haven't had a first-team All-Pro at quarterback since 1950. Did you know that? Since 1950, over the last 60 years, only 2 Bears quarterbacks have made the Pro Bowl. Jim McMahon was on the team in 1985 and Mitchell Trubisky in 2018 as a replacement. Y'all have any idea how pathetic that is? I don't give a damn what Caleb Williams or his father said about not wanting to be a Chicago Bear. The Chicago Bears as an organization didn't deserve anybody having faith in them as a quarterback. Now, led by who they're being led by, okay, with Ryan Pohl, with Kevin Warren and the crew, with their new coach, Brad, I'm like, I have all the confidence in the world that they're moving in a forward direction, and Caleb Williams is a hell of a quarterback. He was slaughtered last year, okay? When you protect them and you have a better offensive mind, a coach in his team, Shane Waldron is gone now. That's not something he was confident. That's not somebody he was confident in
and he was
before
right.
He got there. He was right about that. There's nothing wrong with what Caleb Williams and his father had to say prior to being in that. They said this, but after arriving with the Bears, that's different. But prior to, you have a right to your damn feelings. They don't owe anybody an apology or an explanation or nothing. The Chicago Bears should be apologizing to the city of Chicago and to the National Football League for being so inept for so many years when it came to picking a damn quarterback.
Okay, first of all, his dad is trying to protect his son, so that I totally understand where he is coming from. But the Bears are literally the definition of insanity. They've done the same thing over and over. They draft a quarterback from a previous coordinator that becomes a head coach, then they fire the coach, and then they draft another quarterback. It happened with Mitch Trubisky and John Fox. It happened with Coach Nagy and Justin Fields. We saw it happen then, obviously, with Eberflus and Caleb Williams, and it just keeps recycling over and over. Of course, this is the narrative in Chicago until it's proven otherwise. It's absolutely ridiculous it's had to get to this. But maybe this is a wake-up call for the Chicago Bears. You can't act like this anymore.
First of all, they already woke up. They woke up by drafting him anyway.
They haven't done anything on the field yet.
But what I'm saying, well, listen, do you have a problem with the coach they hired?
I don't, but I'd like to see it come to fruition.
Do you have a problem with the coach they let go? Eberflus needed to go, right?
Yes.
Waldron needed to go, right?
Yes.
And now you got a new coach who, by the way, was considered a brilliant offensive mind. You got a quarterback that was sacked 68 times, 16 more than any other quarterback in the National Football League last year. Caleb Williams was slaughtered. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying they on their way up. I know Jayden Daniels was absolutely special with the Commanders, and I get that. And because of that, we looked at the struggles in Chicago that finished with a 5-12 record, and we said, damn. But there was a time in the season where Caleb Williams was showing us some things.
Yes.
He's got an NFL body. He can take some punishment, clearly. He's got a lot of heart. He can make every requisite throw. He can run with the football when necessary. I love the potential of this kid.
Preventing the entire NFL draft, they spoke to lawyers to find a way around the league's CBA and considered signing in the UFL. Chicago is the place where quarterbacks go to die. Carl Williams, who's his dad, said ahead of the draft, according to the book. In addition, none of the Bears coaches last season told Caleb Williams to watch film or give him zero help. No one tells me what to watch. I just turn it on.
Yeah.
Ocho, what do you make about that revelation?
It's obviously, you look at what has happened to all the quarterbacks who have been a part of the Bears organization, and you could understand why Caleb Williams and his father felt that way. Felt that way for a reason. Look how they treated everybody that's come through that organization that has played the position. And the quarterbacks that did have success, they had success simply because the defenses in Chicago at the time were amazing. Really good. So all you had to do was just facilitate and don't turn the ball over, and defense would take care of everything else. I think Caleb Williams is in a great situation now, especially with the supporting cast they have around him. The addition of Ben Johnson and the rest of the coaches on that staff, I think this is going to be the Bears' best year yet, and they're going to surprise a lot of people. Every football season, the main guns are always in contention, your Eagles, your Bills, your Ravens, Bengals, if we start off to a fast start, your Chiefs, the Lions, and for some reason, I don't know why, and you can quote me on this, and that goes for everybody else in the chat. The Bears will be in contention and one of those teams vying for a playoff spot and challenging for Lombardi, simply because of not just the quarterback play, but with a great understanding of what Ben Johnson and his offensive creativity can do for the skill set that Caleb Williams has. And I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying that because I saw what he did in Detroit with Jared Goff.
Yeah. And he has a more athletic. Look, I'm not surprised by this. Carl Williams, who's Caleb Williams' father, it is his job to protect his son and put him in the best possible situation. I don't have any problem with that because he said, look, you look at all the quarterbacks, Mitchell Trubisky, you look at Justin Fields, you look at Rex Grossman, you look at all the quarterbacks they've had. They haven't had any luck with the quarterbacks.
No, and listen,
it is what it is. I mean, and so he's well within his right to make sure that he's trying to put his son is going to the best situation that gives him the best chance to succeed. Now, what do you think about the watching film? Not giving the coaches not giving him any direction.
I don't know. That's tough right there, especially at that position. Before you touch the field, the only way to prepare is by watching film on your opponents and knowing what you're going to see, day to day, week to week. So it's hard for me to believe that there's no instruction in that area, especially for the most important position on the field, who has to know everything that's going on, especially your opponent. So that's I don't know. That's a little tricky, Unc.
I think maybe they thought you were a quarterback, played at a top 5 program. You got that where you were at USC. Maybe they just took for granted because a lot of times they take for granted, like, bro, you played a big-time program, bro. We ain't got to go over that. We can go ahead and skip that step and start getting to something else. Now, I just want to say this for us, for me. The way we got tape cut up, Ocho, it was third and 1 to 3, third and 3 to 5, third and long. But we had cut ups. Cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, 2-man, cover 6, whatever the case may be. So it was broken down. So we watching it. And so we see this is what they do in cover 3. This is the front they give us. This is the coverage they play behind said front. I don't know. And like I said, I think maybe it was a situation they thought he already knew how to watch film. I didn't know how to watch film because we really didn't have to watch film, Ocho. Hell, if HBCU playing man coverage, hell, what the hell you think you gonna get? It wasn't nobody disguising nothing. It wasn't no cover 2. It wasn't no single high. It wasn't no 6 kick. It wasn't no 88. It wasn't no box post. It wasn't none of that. It was man. I went out there expecting to beat man. So